This year, November 7th, 2025, marks the 150th anniversary of India's national song, Vande Mataram, which translates to Mother, I bow to the thee. This composition, an enduring anthem, has inspired countless generations of freedom fighters and nation builders, standing at a lasting emblem of India's national identity and collective spirit. Composed by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee, Vande Mataram was first published in the literary journal Bangdarshan on 7th November 1875. Later, Bankim Chandra Chatterjee incorporated the hymn in his immortal novel Anand Mat, which was published in 1882. It was set to music by Rabindranath Tagore. It has become an integral part of nation's civilizational, political, and cultural consciousness. Commemorating this milestone presents an occasion to reaffirm the timeless message of unity, sacrifice, devotion that Vande Mataram embodies for all Indians. And you all know, the Vande Mataram song was first time published on November 7th, 1875. That is today, exactly 150 years back. This is corroborated by a passage in English Daily, Vande Mataram, written by Sri Aurobindo on 16th April 1907. That is, it was 32 years ago that Bankim composed his renowned song. And the most importantly, Vande Mataram means I bow before my mother. In 1907, Madam Bikaji Kama raised the tricolor flag for the first time outside India in Stuttgart, Berlin. The word Vande Mataram was written on the flag. And Anand Mat, the novel written by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee, also includes Vande Mataram. The central theme of the novel Anand Mat revolves around a group of sannyasins known as Santanas, meaning children, who dedicated their lives for the cause of motherland. They venerate the motherland, personified as Mother Goddess. Their devotion is solely to their land of birth. That is, Vande Mataram is a song sung by the Sanatanas of Anand Mat. It stood as a symbol of religion of patriotism. That was the central theme of Anand Mat. So this is the most important thing. Vande Mataram. In October 1905, a Vande Mataram Sampradaya was founded in North Calcutta to promote the idea of motherland as a mission and a religious passion. To promote the idea of motherland as a mission and religious passion. So this is the most important news for today. That is Vande Mataram. Vande Mataram is the most important hymn and slogan and the song which we need to dedicate to the motherland, and it was written exactly it was first published exactly 150 years ago. The next important news that is coming up. Bihar recorded its highest ever voter turnout of 64.66 as the first phase of assembly elections ended on November 6th. In this phase, 121 assembly constituencies in 18 districts went to the polls with a total electorate of over 3.75 crore. The Election Commission of India said voting was peaceful. So, record 64.66 voting in first phase of Bihar polls. And the most important news, the center has argued in the Supreme Court that right to vote in an election is different from freedom of voting. While right to vote is a statutory right, the second is a part of fundamental right to freedom of speech and expression. Freedom of voting was a part of fundamental right of freedom of speech and expression. The case was listed before a bench headed by Justice Suryakant. However, the bench did not assemble yesterday. The center was responding for a petition seeking to declare Section 53, Clause 2 of Representation of Peoples Act 1951 and Rule 11, read with Form 21 and 21B of the Conduct of Election Rules 1961, which will apply to uncontested elections, ultra vires to the Constitution for violating the freedom of speech and expression. So, the center is arguing that the center, in an affidavit before the Supreme Court, argued that right to vote is different from freedom of voting. Right to vote is a statutory right. Freedom of voting is a fundamental right which is included in Article 19, Clause 1, Clause 1, which is freedom of speech and expression. So, this important development is coming up. So, freedom of voting and right to vote. These are two different concepts according to the central government. Let's see how Supreme Court is going to respond for this. How Supreme Court is going to react and respond for this. So, the next important news that is coming up is yesterday. There is a big news that was viral in social media and media. The first female president of Mexico have faced sexual harassment and groping. So, in the Mexican city, the capital of Mexico, she came out to greet her people, and her name is Claudia Sheinbaum. And unfortunately, one man have groped her and tried to sexually assault her. And she said, if a president of Mexico can't have proper protection in the Mexico, how come we can expect the same protection for the common women? The laws with respect to sexual harassment, sexual assaults, sexual violence should be very stringent. She also wanted to review, and she also asked the Mexican police to book the cases immediately, expediently, without delay when a woman comes with a complaint of sexual harassment. There are 32 states in Mexico. In some states in Mexico, there is no law prohibiting sexual harassment. Sexual harassment is not a crime at all. So now Mexico is going to review the entire episodes of sexual harassment issues and cases. Claudia Sheinbaum, the first female president of Mexico, faced, and the video went viral yesterday in all the social media platforms. It's a big thing. All female president have seen this. Imagine a country like Mexico, and there is a term that is coming up: gender side or femicide. So, in most of the crimes like drug cartels, illegal trafficking, women are being victims, women are being killed. According to UN report, on an average, in this femicide and the gender side in Mexico, every day 10 women are being killed, according to the UN report, which was released recently. So the issue should be taken very seriously. Coming back, there's other important news that is coming up. INS Ikshak. INS Ikshak is the third ship of the survey vessel large project, SVL. SVL means survey vessel large project for the Indian Navy. The project was initiated under a contract signed in October 2018 between the Ministry of Defense and Garden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers, Calcutta. INS Ikshak is the third vessel. Ikshak means guide in Sanskrit. It symbolizes the vessel's role in guiding maritime navigation. So, INS Ikshak will be based at the Southern Naval Command, Kochi. Its role is primarily to conduct coastal and deep water hydrographic surveys of ports, harbors, and sea lanes, which is vital for safe navigation and maritime operations. In the survey vessel large project, INS Sandayak is the first ship, INS Nirdeshak is the second ship, and now INS Ikshak. So, INS Sandayak, INS Nirdeshak, INS Ikshak. These three are in the series in survey vessel. So, what are the objectives of these ships? Conduct coastal and deep water hydrographic surveys of ports, harbors, and sea lanes, which are vital for safe navigation and maritime operations.